Hi, I'm Battu from freefincal. That's right, investors are willing to pay for financial advice, but SEBI needs to treat investment advisors like mutual funds and categorize them in distinct bins so that it becomes easy for people, for normal retail investors to select the kind of investment advisor that they want to go to. As many of you may know, I have been maintaining a list of fee only financial advisors uh, somewhere around late 2013 or so, and I would wager somewhere upwards of 600 to 700 readers of freefincal are currently working or have worked with the fee only financial advisors in my list. A few months after I created the list, SEBI started the investment advisor regulations, and then I changed the list to only include SEBI registered investment advisors. But the problem with the investment advisor regulations is that all types of investment advisors are come under the same umbrella, come under the same regulation, and that is the reason why you may have seen videos and articles at freefincal about I mean the opposition to the proposed changes SEBI wants to make to these advisor regulations. They want to bring in a net worth requirement, and they want to say that above 150 clients, a financial advisor should become a corporate entity and cannot be treated as an individual advisor, and so on. I had talked about that in detail in a video and also in several articles. I don't want to get into that now. Every time I talk about fee only financial advisors, there is always somebody who's watching, typically a distributor, who will say, do you think people will pay for investment advice? Well, that's the problem with the distributor community. Many of them don't have the confidence that people will pay for advice if they shift over. Well, I can tell you, if you know how to project your competence, and projecting your competence means not writing some quotation from somebody every day, that not lazy things like that, or not saying financial planning should be done as per asset allocation and writing quotations like that on Facebook. You have to do something more than that. You have to work hard, better than that. If you can project your competence, clients will come. And that has been the case. Melvin Joseph has shown this, Vikram Krishnamurthy has shown this, Swapnil Kande has shown this, Avinash Lutri has shown this. Time and again, many advisors in my list have shown this. I'm sure there are others too. They have shown that if you showcase your competence, and if you at least project an image that you are trustworthy, and if others who readers trust can say, okay, that guy is trustworthy, or other clients can say, go out on social media and say, I am working with this advisor and I can tell you that he's a trustworthy guy and he sorted out my finance. If that kind of social proof is available, which will take some time, which will take some effort, I'm working on a course towards the direction that will come out in summer. But if you can do that, then clients will come, and you can't just be in sell mode and then they won't. So clients are willing to pay for financial advice. Make no mistake about it. Uh, this is a certainty. I'm 100% confident about it. Only problem is the client is confused, or the potential client is confused. What kind of advisor should I go to? Even if the person, if the potential client has enough financial literacy to understand not to go to a relationship manager, not to go to a LIC advisor or insurance advisor, not to go to a mutual fund distributor, not to go to a regular plan portal online who talks about free investment in mutual funds. Even if they know that they should take a professional advice only from a SEBI registered investment advisor, even then there is so much of textures and colors and variations within that segment, which is a very small segment relatively, that even the willing client, even the person who needs advice, who is willing to pay at least at least in the lower end of the fee spectrum, even they will not will they are hesitating to to connect to fee-only advisors because there are a lot of confusions. Even in my list, people will ask, will this advisor offer this service? Will this advisor offer that service, and so on. So why I'm saying that SEBI should treat investment advisors like mutual funds and bring in a categorization scheme for mutual funds is this. If you look at the investment advisor regulations, it says investment advice means advice relating to investing in, purchasing, selling, or otherwise dealing in securities or investment products, and advice on investment portfolio containing securities or investment products, whether written, oral, or through any other means of communication for the benefit of the client, and shall include financial planning. Financial planning shall include analysis of the client's current financial situation, identification of the financial goals, and developing and recommending financial strategies to realize such goals. So that's the uh, 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 what can I say, scope of the investment advisor regulations. Of course, financial planning has got several segments to it, and SEBI cannot regulate all of them. They can only regulate anything associated with financial planning where there is a buying and selling of securities, stocks, mutual funds, etc., or any other investment products. In fact, SEBI cannot regulate ULIPs, SEBI cannot regulate endowment products. So there's very limited scope, and financial planning has got several other things like, for example, debt reduction, estate planning, for example, creation of HUF, which I shall keep saying is important for the financial advisors, and many other segments like, for example, you can have a complex family situation where you want to create a trust, where you have special children and you want to create some kind of means for them. You want to you can have, what can I say, creation of a living will, and so on. There are many segments of financial planning which SEBI cannot regulate. So a financial planner can offer a financial planning service without investment advice, and they will not come under SEBI. So that's one arm of the whole problem. We'll come to that later. So the question is that whether the qualifications of requirement for a SEBI registered investment advisor covers all these other aspects is a debatable problem. That's where the CFP course comes in, and so on. To some extent it handles it. That's a different matter. But the problem now is, if you take investment advisors, there are people who offer only financial planning. They are also called investment advisors. They will look at the goals, they will have a data sheet, they will look at the goals, they will create a financial plan, and they'll typically only recommend normal investment products, including mutual funds. That's one set of financial advisors. Then there are financial advisors who offer a financial plan, but they will include stock advisory into the mix. Then there are investment advisors who only offer stocks, and these are for long term. And there are investment advisors who only offer stock tips. Everybody is called an investment advisor under the current regulation, and that is the reason why there is so much opposition to changing these regulations, because SEBI got spooked by investment advisors, people calling themselves investment advisors, offering tips and creating fraud, from which city. So they want to curtail that, and they want to hurt everybody else, because everybody is called an investment advisor. So just like we have large cap, mid cap, small cap, and other kind of binning in mutual funds, investment advisors should also be binned into several categories. Plain financial planning, where most people in my group will form under plain financial planning plus stock advisory, short-term stock advisory, long-term stock advisory, and any other kind of categorizations as may be applicable. Only if there are such categorizations available, people will know, okay, I need to go, if I want financial advice, I must go to a SEBI registered investment advisor. Among SEBI registered investment advisors, these are the different shades available, and I will pick the shade that I want. Some clients want only pure financial planning with just mutual funds. Some clients don't mind having stock advisory added on. They can go to the respective investment advisor. Some people want only stock advisory. That is, see, for an actual PMS, you need to have 50 lakhs of money. But I don't need to. If I am an investment advisor, I can get around that, and I can offer just a long-term portfolio, and anybody can buy that advice and they can invest on their own. In PMS, I have to invest on their behalf. Then only the 50 lakhs comes in. But if they invest based on my advice, then that 50 lakh does not come in. In fact, small case is essentially a very nice roundabout for or circumvention for a PMS. You can invest in small case with very little amount of money, and they will do the they will tell you, and you just need to approve the rebalancing or changing of the security. So it is not a PMS. So there are so many shades. Then there are robo advisors. Robo advisors should have a separate category. Then you have people like Zerodha, people you can create small cases or baskets. That should also be a separate category. Only when you have these categories will investor willing to pay for fees. They will know where to look, how to look. Then you can have separate regulations, separate restrictions for each of these subcategories, which will, so one regulation, one clause will not hurt the other category. So this is what SEBI should do next. Investors are there. Uh, there are enough people who are willing to pay for investment advice. Every day I get one letter or one email, one message saying, can you please take care of my investments? I will pay for you. So if you showcase your competence, people will come. It's a truly connected world. If you're an investment advisor and you are not getting clients, watch out for my course on that's coming out in a few months. I'm building one where it's for bloggers, entrepreneurs, etc., and so on. You can showcase your competence and get clients. Of course, showcasing competence means I'm assuming that you have some. Only if you have some, you can showcase. That's a different matter. So I'm not, let me not make this an ad for that course, but this categorization is mandatory for investment advisors, for clients to make a better decision. So that's what I wanted to say. Thank you.